Good morning students, welcome to this Sheba Group of School online class. Today also we continue the unit 4, that is transition and inner transition elements lesson. In last class we have done that is the physical properties of potassium dichromate. Okay, now go for the chemical properties. In this K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate, for the chemical properties I am going to explain. For the chemical properties, it's one of the great oxidizing agent. So why? Because it's an oxidizing agent, it's grateful means that is ionic ion. What is that? Hydrogen ions. Okay, in these hydrogen ions it's included with this potassium dichromate, it will be oxidizing very easily. Okay, for that the equations will explain you. For Cr2O7 2 minus, that is I am going to explain for that ions and along with the positive and negative chargeable. For that the gain of the electrons, it will be changed into Cr3 plus. Okay, so you have to notice that the Cr2 plus, the chromium oxidizing number is 3 plus. So this is one of the most important examples for oxidizing. And then the another oxidizing nature is also I am going to explain you. And for that the first things, this is for iron metals and iodine and sulfur. In these kind of explanations to establish what is that oxidizing nature in this potassium dichromate. For that the first equations, it will be the ferrous salt, it's convert into ferric salt. Okay, and then here you have to notice that in iodine, iodide ions, it's convert into iodine. So you have to notice iodine, this is symbol for that ions, so it's obviously iodide. Why? Because I am going to explain. For that the symbol is established, that is the compound. So inge ions vandu mention pannirukanga appdin sonna, that will be established for acidic nature or basic nature ah irukum. So kandipa idu iodine vandu iodide ah da irukanum, ena idu minus sign la irukku. So idu vandu enava change aayirukku, iodine. So 3 molecules of iodine. So you have to understand how to be convert in oxidizing. Okay, and then move on to this sulfur. In this sulfur, it's convert into sulfur, that is sulfate or sulfide have to convert into sulfur. Okay, so in this category for established for the oxidizing agent. Apart from that, so many things is there in your textbook, page number 114. For that stannous salt in stannic salt and oxidizing alcohols to acids. So in this kind of it's to be for the oxidizing agent. Now go for the important chemical reactions for this chapter, that is chromyl chloride test. You have already learnt in the 11th standard for the chromyl chloride test for that laboratory. So practical suppose இது உங்களுக்கு கண்டிப்பா மறந்திருக்க வாய்ப்பே கிடையாது. chromyl chloride test நம்ம வந்துட்டு practice பண்ணிருக்கோம். So it will be easy to understand. So that is very important too. Okay, in this chromyl chloride test, how it happen, I am going to explain through this the equations. Okay, and K2Cr2O7, that is potassium dichromate, it's react with sodium chloride. So sodium chloride oda potassium dichromate react பண்ணது in presence of sulfuric acids, that is most important. Acids name நீங்க வந்து கண்டிப்பா mistakes பண்ணக்கூடாது. Sulfuric acids the most important. So potassium dichromate and sodium chloride along with sulfuric acids will gives potassium bisulfate and sodium bisulfate along with chromyl chloride. In this chromyl chloride, it's a gaseous state, it's look like a red orange in color. So that is very important, you have to notice, that is the intimate this is the chromyl chloride. Along with water molecules also we can get. Okay, in this vapor, so we cannot get that in the liquid state, only we can get what is that? Yes, gaseous states. That's why I am going to intimate for that the gaseous states. See, in chromyl chloride have to implement to the sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide liquids எடுத்துட்டு அந்த உங்களுக்கு ரெட் கலரில் உங்களுக்கு வேப்பர் வரும் இல்லையா, அந்த gaseous ஸ்டேட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடியது என்ன பண்ணுவீங்க, சோடியம் ஹைட்ராக்சைடு சொல்யூஷன்ஸில் இன்லேட் பண்ணுவீங்க. ஸோ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்காக என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னா அதோடைய கலர்ஸ் வந்து சேஞ்ச் ஆக நீங்கள் பார்ப்பீங்க. அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் உங்களுக்கு NaCl + H2Oவும் உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். ஓகேவா? ஸோ நீங்கள் அப்படியே நீங்கள் என்ன கேரி அவுட் பண்ணுறீங்க. ஸோ இது கேரி அவுட் பண்ணுறப்ப சோடியம் குரோமேட்டோட அசிட்டிக், எனி ஒன் அசிட்டிக், தட் இஸ் யூ ஹாவ் டு கெட் ஃபார் த லெட் அசிட்டேட். ஸோ லெட் அசிட்டேட்ஸ் கிரேட் எக்ஸாம்பிள்ஸ். நீங்கள் லெட் நீங்கள் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுறதுக்கு கூட நீங்கள் chromyl chloride டெஸ்ட்டு நீங்கள் யூஸ் பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க. தட் இஸ் it's established for that yellow color precipitate வரும் உங்களுக்கு. ஸோ எல்லோ கலர் precipitate எப்போ வரும் அப்படின்னா உங்களுக்கு இந்த சோடியம் குரோமேட்டோட லெட் அசிட்டேட்ஸை நீங்கள் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா கண்டிப்பாக என்ன கலர்ஸில் precipitate வரும்? எஸ், yellow in color. So that is the most important to understand about the chromyl chloride test. It's simply 3 steps only. For that, first steps, potassium dichromate and sodium chloride and sulfuric acids. We have to implement to these reactions. We can get chromyl chloride. Okay, and this chromyl chloride it's inlet to the sodium hydroxides. In this sodium hydroxide, we have to change into this sodium chloride along with water molecules. Okay. Next, the last steps in have to get for that sodium chromate. In this sodium chromate, it's react with lead acetate. Finally, we can get that. What is that? Lead chromate and sodium acetate. In this chromyl chloride test, it's very important to identify that lead. ஓகேவா, லெட்டை நீங்கள் ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணுறதுக்கு இந்த chromyl chloride test ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டண்ட்டாக உங்களுக்கு இருக்குது. ஓகேவா, நவ் மூவ் ஆன் டு திஸ் uses of potassium dichromate. What is that? The main uses. It is used as strong oxidizing agent. Yes, we know that just now we have to done for that what kind of oxidizing in this chapter. So it is a strong oxidizing agent and it's used to dyeing and printing and used in the leather tanners and for the chrome tanning. Okay, used in the quantitative analysis for that estimation of iron compounds and iodides. Just now I explained for that lead acetate have to find out through the chromyl chloride test. So this is one of the quantitative analysis also we have to use it. And now move on to this, the next concept that is the very important, like the potassium dichromate. Yes, that is potassium permanganate. In this potassium permanganate, you can see that the laboratory for the volumetric analysis, that is pink in color. It's actually a dark purple colors. Okay, in this purple color for the potassium permanganate, how to manufacture, that is how to prepare. For that, manganese dioxides and potassium hydroxides along with oxygen, we can get what is that? K2MnO4. That is, it's not a, notice that it's not a potassium permanganate. K2MnO4, that is potassium manganate. So primary we have to get only for that potassium manganate. It's not can get that directly for the potassium permanganate. So potassium permanganate நமக்கு டைரக்டா கிடைக்காது. என்ன நமக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஸ்டெப்ல கிடைக்கும்னா potassium manganate தான் கிடைக்கும். This is the green in color. So afterwards we have to go for that continuations of the process, then only we can get that potassium permanganate. In this way, have to classify into 2 types, that is chemical oxidations and electrolytic oxidations. So in the 2 types மூலமா நம்மளால potassium permanganate prepare பண்ண முடியும். First we go for that the chemical oxidizing. So this is also for the oxidizing agent. So this is established for chemical oxidations also. So manganese and tetraoxides is along with what is that? Yes, ozone and water molecules. We can get MnO4, that is intimations for ions. Okay, this is also, it's called compound. Okay, and 2OH hydroxyl groups. In these hydroxide groups, not only that, along with oxygens also. Okay, so the first steps, manganese tetraoxides, we have to implement to this oxygen with not oxygen, this is ozone with water. We have to get for that manganese tetraoxide ions and hydroxyls for oxygens. So this is the chemical oxidations for get to potassium permanganate, and this is for electrolytic oxidations. So electrolytic means it know very well about that. For the ionic compounds, it will be split out for the ionic compounds. K2MnO4, that is potassium manganate, it's decomposed or reversibles, whatever it is, you have to notice in this kind of reactions have to split out for potassium positive ions and manganese oxide of the negative ions. So it will be explained for how to get that potassium permanganate through these electrolytic oxidations and chemical. So electrolytics மூலமாவும் நம்மளால prepare பண்ண முடியும், as well as chemical reactions மூலமாவும் நம்மளால prepare பண்ண முடியும் through these oxidations. Okay, and it will be explained through these water molecules also, the same reactions. Water have to split into hydrogen and hydroxyl ions, and then hydrogen eats the gain of electron, we have to get the hydrogen molecules. So this is established how to be going that reactions like the water. So water molecules எப்படி உங்களுக்கு react ஆகுது அதே மாதிரி தான் இதுவும் உங்களுக்கு I mean இந்த potassiums உங்களுக்கு react ஆகுது அப்படின்றத எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்ணுறதுக்காக உங்களுக்கு அந்த ஈக்குவேஷன்ஸை உங்களுக்கு சைட் பை சைடு உங்களுக்கு எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் த ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் ஃபார் potassium permanganate. Now go for the physical properties. Okay, and now move on to this, the physical properties of potassium permanganate. This is the potassium permanganate exists from the dark purple crystals in melts 513 Kelvin, 513 Kelvin la adu melt agum. That is the dark purple color. Yes, obviously we know that. And sparingly soluble in cold water. Cold water la ungalku solubles vandu konjama da irukum, but hot water la it's fairly soluble appdin solranga. Okay, and this is that the ionic compounds with the manganese, it's attached with the 4 oxygen atoms. Okay, and in this structure it's to be the tetrahedral geometrical and sp3 hybridized appdin solranga. This is the general physical properties. Now move on to this, the chemical properties. In these chemical properties, first of all we go for the action of heat and go for the action of concentrated sulfuric acids. Action of heat, potassium permanganate we can get for that potassium, what is that? Yes, manganate and manganese dioxides and oxygen. And move on to this sulfuric acids means it will be splitted into 2 types, that is cold sulfuric acids and hot sulfuric acids. So 2 types irukku. First of all go for the cold sulfuric acids. For the potassium permanganate we have to get for that manganate and potassium bisulfate and water molecules. And move on to this hot of the sulfuric acids means we can get manganese sulfate and potassium sulfate and water with oxygen. So this is the 2 difference main for that sulfuric acids. Okay, and oxidizing property as well for the potassium dichromate. So dichromate la நம்ம எப்படி oxidizing agents உங்களுக்கு naturally பார்த்தோமோ அதே மாதிரி தான் உங்களுக்கு potassium permanganatesல இருக்கு. That is a natural medium. For the natural mediums, manganese ions and these have to be react with water molecules and the gain of electrons we have to get manganese oxides and hydroxyl ions too. So that is that neutral medium. Now go for that alkaline medium. For that alkaline medium you have to react with water. The 3 electrons have to combine with the manganese tetraoxides. We have to get manganese tetraoxides and hydroxyl ions. So this is the difference between the neutral medium and the alkaline medium. For that the gain of 3 electrons and here also gain of 3 electrons and 2 molecules of H2O, that is water molecules here also, but it will be changed into MnO2 for 4 types of OH and here also 4 types of hydroxyl ions, but it will be happen the different kind of reactions, that is a neutral medium and another one is alkaline medium, but that is the same reactions will happen. Okay, and base reagent, what is that base reagent? In these base reagents it's nothing but that is the cold dilute alkaline KMnO4, that is potassium permanganate dilute irukno, that is the have to be cold. So cold dilute alkaline KMnO4, that is also called yes base reagent. I am going to repeat again, cold dilute alkaline KMnO4 also called yes base reagent. It will be used to oxidize for alkanes into diols. So alkenes and diols உங்களுக்கு convert பண்ணது for that oxidized throwing. So in these oxidation methods in your textbook for 117 page it's a lot of things is there. For example, ferrous salt it's to be convert into ferric salt and iodide ion it's convert into iodine and sulfide convert into sulfur. So likewise this is also it's playing for the acidic medium. So you have to practice for the written practice is to be very useful to understand these reactions. Okay, and then the uses of potassium permanganate. In this potassium permanganate you know very well how to prepare this. For potassium manganate in a green in color, it's to be convert into purple color for potassium permanganate. So potassium manganate is a green color, adu ungalku therinjiruknom. Potassium permanganate is a dark purple colors. So this is the preparations அப்படின்றத நீங்கள் பார்த்தீங்க. அது மட்டும் இல்லாமல் chemical properties, physical properties பார்த்தீங்க. But now go for the uses. In this used, that is also strong oxidizing agent. It's used for treatment of the various skin infections and fungal infections too, and it's especially food, okay, and it used to water treatment industries to remove the iron and hydrogen sulfide from the well water, and it used to base reagent for detecting unsaturation organic compound, that is that volumetric analysis la number KMnO4 use பண்றோம் இல்லையா, that is the main uses, and it's used in quantitative analysis for the estimation of the ferric salt and oxalates, hydrogen peroxide and iodides. So these and all for that potassium permanganate uses. Now move on to this F block elements of the inert and transition elements. So in the lessons la last concept வந்து F block elements. இந்த F block elements பற்றி நம்ம next class ல பார்ப்போம். So as well as you have to watch out for the videos and you have to hand over the homeworks as per the time evening 5 p.m. Okay students, thank you.